Hello students. So this is the chapter 9 of the book Political Science, and the name of the chapter is Ushered in the Market, and it is first part of this chapter. So this chapter tells us about the story of a shirt, how a shirt is reached up to the customer. In the previous chapter, you all have studied about different types of market like wholesale market, neighborhood shop, weekly market, and also the chain of a market. So chain of a market connect the producer to a consumer. So in this chain of a market, many peoples involved in it, and they all help the customer to get a product. So the chain of a market begin from the producer and it end with the sale of a thing. So here we will take an example of a shirt, that how the raw material of a shirt produced by someone, and after it goes to a manufacturing factory, then it goes to wholesale market, then other people's involved in it, and finally it reach up to the hand of the customer. So here we will try to find out that those peoples who are involved in the manufacturing of a shirt, in the production of a shirt, does everyone gets the equal benefit, or do some people benefits more than the other? So at each and every step in this chapter you have to analyze it in each heading, whether it is a work of farmer or it is a work of a garment manufacturing factory or any other business person. Just you have to see it, that who is getting more and who is at a loss. If you are able to find out, then you can implement this example on the other product of your daily life. As in your daily life you are using many things. You are using soap, you are using fan, and mobile phone, and books, copy, many things you are using. See, so all the things move through this process, and in this process many people are involved. So everyone are not getting equal benefit. So here we will understand it with the example of a shirt. So the peoples who involved in the making of a shirt. As you know, if we talk about the cotton shirt, then cotton produced in the field. So first person who involved in the making of the shirt is the farmer. So first farmer produced the cotton in his field. When the cotton plant will be ready, it will be harvested, and then farmer will sell it to a local trader. From local trader, this cotton will goes to a ginning industry. Here, ginning mill will remove the seed of a cotton balls and change into a sheet of a cotton. From here, this cotton sheet or cotton bales will goes to a spinning mill. What would spinning mill did? This spinning mill will change these sheet of the cotton into yarn, into thread. Okay. From here, yarn dealer will buy these thread and sold it to a cotton cloth merchant. Okay. Now cloth merchant and yarn dealer, all these are the intermediary between in this economic activity. Now cloth merchant will provide it to a weavers. Okay, cloth merchant have a contact with different types of weavers. So weavers will contact to a cloth merchant. Cloth merchant will give the weavers the yarn, as well as they will also tell the weavers that what kind of a cloth they demands. So at the fixed time, at the fixed quality, the weavers in the in the limited time of the period, the weavers will prepare the cloth and again return to a cloth merchant. Now cloth merchant is also make a contract with different garment factories and foreign buyers and business persons. So then cloth merchant will supply the cloth, the unstitched cloth to a garment factory. Here garment factory will produce a finished good, means shirt will produce in a garment factory. From here the shirt will come into a market, that is wholesale market. From wholesale market the wholesale person, it it will be sold to a retailer, and from retailer consumer will get the shirt. So here you can see that shirt the process of the shirt has been start from the farmer and it will be end to a retailer. So many peoples and many industries are involved in the making of the shirt. A cotton farmer in Kurnool. Kurnool, it is the name of a district that is in Andhra Pradesh. So यहाँ पर एक एग्जाम्पल लिया गया है कुरनूल का, लेकिन जहाँ पे भी कॉटन का प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है you can apply it any place. Okay, so the production of a cotton require higher amount of inputs like fertilizer, pesticides, water supply and other farm implements. So those are a rich farmer, they are able to incur heavy expenses on account of these inputs. Okay, जो rich farmer होते हैं उनके पास सेविंग होती है, तो वो कल्टीवेशन करने के लिए शुरुआत में जो फर्टिलाइज़र चाहिए, मैन्योर चाहिए, पेस्टिसाइड चाहिए एंड अदर फार्म इम्प्लीमेंट चाहिए, मशीन चाहिए, सो दे कैन ईजिली बाय इट एंड they can use it. But what about the small farmers? How they procure all these things? Because they have not a previous savings. So what are their methods? They borrow the money. वो पैसा उधार लेते हैं from a local trader. जो भी उनके गांव में कोई रिच लोग होते हैं जो पैसे को उधार देते हैं, they borrow the money from the local money lender at a very high rate of interest. जब भी आप कहीं से पैसे लेते हैं तो जब आप रिटर्न करेंगे तो आपको उससे ज़्यादा रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा. Okay, suppose you have taken 100 rupees. So when you return that money, you will not only return 100 rupees, you have to return 110, 120. So what is this extra money? This money will be taken as a interest. Okay, आपने 100 rupees लिया, आप 120 दे रहे हैं, तो जो 20 रुपीज आपने एक्स्ट्रा दिया दैट इज इंटरेस्ट. ओके, तो जब आप पैसा, ये जो फार्मर हैं जब पैसा लेते हैं मनी लैंडर से, सो एट द एंड ऑफ देयर ईयर दे हैड टू गिव द हेवी इंटरेस्ट ऑल्सो. एंड नॉट ओनली इंटरेस्ट, these small farmers had to promise the traders to sell her product to him. यानी कि ये जो मनी लैंडर्स होते हैं they made promise to them कि you will only sell your product, your crop to them. यानी कि जो किसान है वो अपना प्रोडक्ट जो भी वो उगाया है उसे उसी मनी लैंडर के हाथ में बेचना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो एट द एंड ऑफ देयर हार्ड वर्क they had to pay the principal amount as well as the interest also, and they are not free to sell their produce in the open market. Okay, they had to sell their produce in the hand of the local trader to whom they have taken money before. These small farmers like Swapna produce in a very small quantity, so they can't bear the cost of transportation. They can't hire a vehicle to bring their product to a market, so they depend on these local trader. So whatever meager amount they give, these small farmer had to satisfy with that. And These traders are very powerful men in the village, and these farmers not only depend on them for the loan of cultivation, but also to meet other exigencies, other needs, like they need money at the time of illness, they need money to deposit the fee of their children's. So there are some period in a year when there is a no work in the field, when they have no work in the production, when nothing has been produced in the field. So at that time they had to borrow money for their own survival. So Swapna's earning from the cotton cultivation is barely more than what she might have earned as a wages labor. So these farmers always think in themselves कि if they had worked as a laborer, so they would have gained much more than as a farmer. So now here, at a one hand there is a farmer who has a land, okay, but on the other hand there is a landless labor. तो जो लैंडलेस लेबर है वो तो दूसरे के खेत में जा करके या फिर शहर में आकर के काम कर लेते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे फार्मर जिनके पास बहुत छोटी लैंड है और वो प्रोडक्शन तो करते हैं लेकिन उनकी सेविंग बहुत ही कम होती है, जिससे कि वो अपने पूरे साल में अच्छा जीवन नहीं जी पाते हैं. तो हियर द सिचुएशन ऑफ अ स्मॉल फार्मर and the situation of a landless laborer both are on the same plane.